Morning, welcome back to the car. This seems to be a bit of a theme on my YouTube videos now, starting in the motor. So 4.5 weeks out today. So leg day this morning, so I'll film a bit of that. A little bit of what I eat, although I have already had meal one, which is a protein shake with some cyclic dextrin, and then my morning supplements and so on. Checked in with James this morning. My weight's actually up a little bit, which is odd, but you know, is what it is. I'm sure he will make the adjustments because I actually look leaner, but the scale weight is up only like 0.1 of a kilo, so it's going to be water. But yeah, that's where that is. So legs today. Also, I'll send that check-in to James once I've got my visuals. I always do them in the gym because the lighting is a bit better. And I know I'm not 100% fasted because I have had meal one, but that's been the consistent way I've checked in with him since the start. So I'll carry on with that to keep it consistent. Although he's probably still on the flight to China, so I can't imagine I'll get the feedback straight away like I usually do. But again, it doesn't matter because the changes will probably start from the morning anyway. But yeah, that's it. So on the way, I will see you at Nitro for leg day. So, visuals for James. This is 4.5 weeks out. So I figured I will include this in the video before I train. So do a little bit of posing. So that's the front. I'm not going to do a full routine, but yeah, 4.5 weeks out, you can see we're getting there. Weight's held the last couple of check-ins, which I'm not mad about, especially as a couple of compounds have slightly changed this week as well. But yeah, I'm sure when James gets this in about 20 minutes time, I'll get the feedback a bit later on once he lands in China, and then there'll probably be a couple of changes at this point. But overall, I'm not mad at it. On to legs. So starting off on the squat press, I start just with light. So I do about 3 or 4 really light sets, first of all, just to loosen up. I don't even go full depth to begin with, just to start warming the hips and the knees, get some blood flow into the joints. Otherwise, my old man legs will completely snap. So, and then as I go on, I start to get a little deeper and a little slower, just to get that stretch a bit more. And yeah, so I'll do a couple of sets of that, and then I'll slowly start going up, and eventually after about three sets of warm-ups, I'll be at my working weight, there or thereabouts. Into the first working set. So it's what, 7 plates aside. So it's nothing too silly, but at this point I'm not chasing numbers. I'm purely chasing decent form, getting a connection, and just keeping muscle rather than losing it. I'm not looking at building at this point. So, come on, big boy. Felt alright, to be fair. Reps maybe a little bit fast on that, in all honesty. The one thing I tell my clients off for, I've just gone and done myself. But yeah, do as I say, not as I do, dickheads. Right, that rest was a bit longer than it should have been. I spent 10 minutes talking about life with Ash. Ash, I appreciate you, mate, thank you. But yeah, so we've gone up a plate, 2 plate, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, 1 plate. I lost count. So this will be my top set for today. And then on to something else. I think that was 8 reps. Might have been 7. Fucking prep head. But yeah, that is squat press did. Tick. On to next a hip press. Right. Let's squeeze it into this. Right, that's the warm up, and then I'll go straight into my working on this because obviously I'm still warm from the squat press. So straight into working sets next. See how I get on. Right, top set time. So I can only get 5 plates aside on this, purely because no more fit. But that's plenty, to be fair. I just need to fucking squeeze my fat ass into the machine. There we go. Oh, I'm seeing stars. I didn't even count. Oh, fuck me. Alright, on to hands. I'm a big fan of this machine. Old school Life Fitness. Just when a machine just hits a bit different. And I've always loved seated hamstring curls anyway, to be fair. Yeah, it's alright. Let's go up a bit for the next set. Yeah, not mad at that. I'm feeling that back end of prep now. Like 4.5 weeks out. I need longer rest sets. Rest periods, sorry, not set. You don't have a set of rest. See what I mean? Preppy. Probably go up again on that actually. Just a little bit. Ooh. Right, on to single leg. I'm not too sure on the weight profile on this, so I may have gone too light, I may have gone too heavy. We'll soon find out. Too heavy. I'm properly fatigued now, so fuck your mother. Fuck your dirty fat mother. Oh, savage. Oh, I need to sit down. I haven't even got words to speak to you. You're probably looking at me and thinking, what a dickhead. He can't even speak, he's out of breath from lifting less than a bag of crisps in weight. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to switch off now because I'm just going to make weird noises. I think I'm some sort of sex pest. I'll see you at the next exercise. Right, last one. So again, this is a single leg. You're probably wondering as well why I've not done some sort of hinge for my hands and glutes. It's purely because I've got a niggle in my lower back at the moment and I don't want to make it any worse and get injured this close to competing. So that is intentional. Well, every decision's intentional because it's a decision, isn't it? But you know what I mean. Probably a little too low down on my ankle, to be fair. So that needs adjusting a bit. And then out one here, I think. But yeah, you get the idea. So a couple of working sets of that, and then some calves, and then cardio. Onto calves. Move this up a little bit. 6'3", bruv. Little midget's been on it before. Not too high, got cocky. There we go. Right, that's it, legs done. Yeah, my legs are absolutely haddocked, mate. And for those of you that don't understand the play on words, haddocked, smoked. No? Alright, I tried. Speaking of pumped, that way round, refined nutrition pump is what I use to get me through a session, as well as some creatine, some glutamine. And a bit of salt. Go on refinenutrition.co.uk, use code VISION, save yourself 10% and support your boy. Other than that, I'm now going to drive to the shop and open up and get ready for the day. So I will see you there with meal 2, because I didn't film meal 1, did I? Because that was my pre-workout shake. So parked up, getting my steps in as always along the river. Legs are in bits. I'm struggling to walk, to be fair. They are properly pumped. Yeah, so that was my leg day. Slightly variated, as I said, because my lower back's a bit twingy. But yeah, so I'll show you a few bits and pieces that I do throughout the day in the shop. But yeah, that's leg day, 4.5 weeks out. Catch you at Vision Nutrition Bedford. Welcome to Vision Nutrition Bedford. So usual routine, get in, blinds up, lights on, make sure everything's lined up and neat. Have a little chat with Sandor, this guy here. Look at this dickhead, look at this dickhead here.
What did I do?
This is our tattoo studio, as you can see. Don't trust him, don't get tattoos from him. He's a bully, don't trust him. You're going to end up with a cock and balls on you and a stick man. It's not worth it. Yeah, to hear him, he's here to inflict pain and suffering. But yeah, so that is the shop. A little bit of heavy duty gym wear action, the TV. Normally I'll whack YouTube on there as well. But I kind of sit there, eat my food, listen to a podcast that's on the background. Yeah, and that's it. So I'll see you next at meal 2 in about 20 minutes time. First though, I need some caffeine, energy drink. So, meal number 2 is, it's not coming out. It's cream of rice, as always. And then a gram of pink salt. Also, one of these engineered muscle salt shakers, game changer. A little gram of pink salt, and then I put a little bit of 0 calorie sauce on there. And that's it. Nice and simple, tuck into that. Great post-workout recovery. A bit. Also something we don't miss on is steps. As you can see, there he is, look. This guy ain't hitting his steps. He's off to eat Greg's instead of getting steps in. And then, while I'm doing it, watching a little bit of Chloe Pickford. But yeah, I can't get out because I've got to be in the shop, so therefore I get in here. Also, have a look at them. Signed Ronnie, signed Arnold, signed Arnold. Have you got them? I don't think you have. Also, how's my prep face? Like fucking Skeletor. That is mad. Oh, skinny mini. Send help. Right, meal number 3, I believe we're on now. Just 200 mils of egg whites, 150 grams of mushrooms, and 4 rice cakes. Nothing exciting, but that's about to go down. But before that does, you've got to come and meet someone. Let me take my phone off the stand. Yeah, so that meal's about to go down, but we got a little visitor in the shop. Here he is, little shop mascot. Hello, mate. This is Buster, and he's some sort of long-haired bulldog. Never seen one before, but yeah. Welcome to YouTube, Buster. So work is all done and I'm out. Look who's here. Oh, Mrs. Vision, Katie. We're out getting some steps and we thought we'd do a little Q&A. Here's the mic, babe. We're going to do a little Q&A, what it's like to live with somebody on prep. So, babe, take it away. What's it like?
Shit.
maybe a few more words.
No, it's all right sometimes, but sometimes, like, it's hard being a partner to someone who is in prep because you can't go on a date night and go out for a meal. You can't plan things because it has to be planned around food and when he needs to eat it. Basically, it's like having a baby, and you need to plan your day around when he needs to eat, how much he needs to eat, where he needs to eat, and how he needs to go about it. If you're going out for the whole day, it takes a whole day beforehand to plan that day because we need to do the food prep, we need to take the cool box, we need to take the food bag, but we can't go to there at that time because we've got to get back for him to eat. Stuff like that. Date nights go out the window unless it's to the cinema, but then he might have to take his food with him. Yeah, so it is tough.
What about, I need the mic, what about not just like what it is with food, like in general, like what's my mood like sleeping and, you know, just day to day, not just like booking a day out or having a date, do you know what I mean?
Sleeping, you're up and down like a bloody yo-yo, because obviously you've got to intake your water, how much you want at the minute? 8 litres?
6.
6 litres. So that's got to go somewhere. So as you can imagine, up and down like a yo-yo in the night, going for your wheeze. So sleep is rare for yourself and for me sometimes.
What about my mood?
The mood, it can vary. Sometimes you can be all right, and then other times I just know to stay away.
Does it depend if I'm in the trend or not?
Basically. Yeah, I've got used to it now because you've done it for a few years now. You know, I will say if you're being a dick, and I'll let you know. But it's just part and parcel of it, isn't it, really? But yeah, sometimes you can be absolutely fine, and then other times you're Mr. Right, nothing else changes, and you are the one. And yeah,
And
you can't say or do anything to change that.
And I'm like that in general. And then what about, like, is it easy? So look, keep it short. For anyone who's with someone who's a bodybuilder, wants to do a prep, who hasn't done it before, what's your advice to them on how to manage it?
I would say be patient. Stand by them, because at the end of the day, this is their goal. And if you want to be supportive of them, then you need to be there for them and help them through it. But patience is a big one. But yeah, you'll be proud of them at the end of it anyway, and what they've achieved. So this is your journey as well as theirs.
Yeah. And yeah, ultimately that's what you want. You want someone who's patient and supportive, who kind of understands what you're doing, because if they don't get it, they'll never be able to support you. And I know I'm a pain in the arse at the best of times, so even more so in prep. But things like, we're on holiday, I'm in prep. We went away for my 40th birthday, I was in prep. This year I've decided, because we always go away for our birthday weekends, what do I want to do on my birthday? I'm going to compete. So rather than go, we are having a weekend away in Wales, but it's for me to compete for my birthday. And then a couple of days later we're going to Turkey, but the likelihood is I'll still be in prep to compete again at a British finals later on that month. So yeah, they need to be supportive. But yeah, that's it. Catch you later. So that bit I'll probably release as a separate video as well, just as a little segment, what it's like to live with someone in prep. And then, so if you've watched this as the short video, I apologise that you're watching it again as a part of the long video, but it will make sense. Right, we're back at home. It is time for my second to last meal, so meal number 5. I'm actually just going to eat it out of the microwave pot. So there is 70 grams of jasmine rice raw weight, 175 grams of 5% fat beef mince, 50 grams of kimchi, and then I've chucked some mushrooms in there as well to bulk it out. And then I microwave the rice in that microwave rice cooker, and then I've just chucked everything in and mixed it in, so I don't have to do loads of washing up because I'm being a lazy prick. But meal prep is done, so all I've got to do now is get my supplements ready for tomorrow, and then my last meal is a shake, which you will see before I go to bed, and then that's it for the day. There you go. Right, so you join me at the final meal of the day, which is just a shake. So I actually put in a little bit of thickener in this because it fills me up a little bit more. So a little bit of xanthan gum. There's no calories, but if you do use too much, you will get the shits. And because it's pre-bed, I also put a couple of grams of taurine in there to prevent any cramps in the night while I'm sleeping. And also some glycine from Engineered Muscle. Again, just helps me sleep a bit better, along with my nighttime supplements that I have. And then ultra isolate, as always, 45 grams of that. So I have got the scale under here, don't worry. So that's white chocolate flavour. And I did put in before, but I didn't show you guys, 10 grams of nut butter that also goes in there. Now, excuse the noise for a couple of minutes. Oh, help if I turn the blender on. Yeah, so that then gets blended up, and we put the lid in the sink, and then I pour that into, I've got a big litre engineered muscle shaker. It's not quite a litre in there, but I just use that cup because I like it. And then it looks like a litre because where I blend it, it foams up. But that is my final meal of the day. So I knock that back, go upstairs, take my nighttime supplements, have a little shower. By the time I've done that, it's then time to take my GH and go to sleep. And that's it. A day in the life of a bodybuilder in prep that also works in a supplement or owns a supplement store, is an online coach and has a busy life in general. Baked potatoes, and see you in the next one.